Some stories carry a timeless magic that never fades. The delicate and vulnerable tale of the Sleeping Beauty is undoubtedly one of them. For centuries, her fate has inspired artists of all kinds, ballet being no exception. While many balletic versions have explored her story, the most celebrated remains the one set to the timeless score of Pyotr Tchaikovsky. The story of Tchaikovsky's The Sleeping Beauty began in 1889. That year, the composer was commissioned by the Imperial Theatre of St. Petersburg to create the score. The choreography was entrusted to the legendary Marius Petipa, who transformed Charles Perrault's fairy tale into a grand three-act masterpiece, rich with classical ballet steps, allegorical characters, and a magnificent finale. For Tchaikovsky, The Sleeping Beauty was a favorite work. Here, his music reached a unique level of architectural precision, clear, symmetrical, yet never cold. For nearly 1.5 centuries, this ballet has remained a staple on stages worldwide. Naturally, it has seen many reinterpretations, shortened versions, reimaginings, and stylistic experiments. There was Nikolai Sergeevich's edition in London, Rudolf Nureyev's modernist take in Paris, and Matthew Bourne's neoclassical experiments. Yet the classical core remains unchanged: the tragic prophecy, the 100-year sleep, and the magical awakening. This enduring truth is likely the very magic of the Sleeping Beauty, a perfect blend of past and present, tradition and innovation, precision and emotion. In 2013, Astana Opera added The Sleeping Beauty to its repertoire, using the version choreographed by Yuri Grigorovich, one of the most influential choreographers of the 20th century. This production honored classical ballet traditions while showcasing Grigorovich's signature dramatic and intense style. Over time, however, a desire for a fresh artistic approach grew within the company. Astana Opera decided to give the ballet a fresh start by stepping away from the licensed Grigorovich version and crafting their own original staging. This new direction was led by the celebrated ballerina and pedagogue Altynai Asylmuratova, who proposed creating a production free from external licensing constraints. This move was made not out of competition but from great respect for Grigorovich's monumental work, while also marking a step toward greater artistic and organizational independence.
Почему возникла идея сделать другую редакцию? Так как у нас идут спектакли Юрия Николаевича Щелкунчика.
Why create a new version? Because for Grigorievich's works, The Nutcracker, Spartacus, and The Sleeping Beauty, we always face licensing hurdles.
Кого мы приглашаем, всегда упирается все в права. Это не потому, что, не дай бог, что...
This isn't about trying to surpass Yuri Nikolaevich. We deeply admire him as the greatest choreographer of his era.
Это действительно гигант, да, это лучший хореограф 20 века. Вот поэтому...
That's why I suggested making one production entirely independently without any licensing obligations, so we can perform it endlessly. Plus, it gave us the opportunity to update the scenery and bring fresh creativity to the piece.
Плюс еще немножечко воспользоваться ситуацией и облегчить декорации.
The creation of this new Sleeping Beauty began with one crucial step: carefully choosing the artists. As Altynai Asylmuratova shares, ballet is a deeply intricate and demanding art, especially when technical mastery must blend seamlessly with character and emotion. In this new version, every detail matters. To portray Aurora, the ballerina needs not just strength and stamina, but a deep connection to style. From her very first entrance, and almost never leaving the stage, she moves through a complex, delicate choreography. It's not just classical ballet. It's a refined, almost weightless expression where the grace of the arms, the posture, and the subtle tilt of the head speak louder than the steps. Every movement reflects the elegance of a bygone era, the formality of a royal court, and the magic of a fairy tale. At her score, Aurora is bright, open, and radiant. The ballet begins with a joyful birthday celebration full of light and music, which helps the dancer fully step into the character's world.
Even now, I get chills thinking about Aurora's entrance, the music, the moment she appears, followed by the four cavaliers. The grand soaring music is unforgettable. You can't really put it into words, you just have to feel it. When the audience hears it, I believe everyone connects with that magic deep inside.
The stunning visual design of Astana Opera's new Sleeping Beauty was crafted by an Italian set designer, one who drew inspiration not from rigid rules, but from childhood memories. As he shares, the starting point was the fairy tale book his parents read to him at bedtime. The castles, palaces, and the enchanted forests from those illustrations became the foundation for the stage scenery. Importantly, the designer's approach wasn't about recreating Charles Perrault's original version precisely. Instead, he built a unique world, a vivid blend of his own feelings, imagination, and even dreams, bringing a fresh and colorful atmosphere to the ballet.
The set starts from idea and discussion with the Altynai choreographer. Then after, I start to doing some research on pictures, and I found a picture from a fairy tales book my parents were used to read me in the evening. And from the memory of those pictures, I start to design the stage. And so the entire set, it's based on memories, my memories of pictures and travels that I've done. The fairy tales place I visit, like castle, palace, like Versailles, or, for example, Winter Palace in St. Petersburg.
The set designer worked closely with the choreographer to strike the perfect balance, giving the dancers freedom to move while preserving the grandeur of the stage. The true magic of the design lies in this harmony between space and form, where every element, from towering columns to delicate screens, isn't just decoration, but an integral part of the artistic expression. This thoughtful approach creates a fully immersive experience. The audience doesn't just watch the story unfold, they feel like they're inside it. Nothing on stage feels forced or artificial. Instead, the scenery breathes and shifts along with the music, reflecting the living, evolving heart of the performance. This is the essence of theater, not to copy reality, but to invent a new one. The scenic design at Astana Opera acts like a mirror of memory. It doesn't literally retell the fairy tale, but invites viewers to recall their own stories, whether childhood dreams, first loves, or timeless emotions. That's what makes the ballet resonate with everyone.
I believe Kazakh audiences aren't that different from Italian or Russian ones. We are all human beings. We all have hearts beating inside our chests, souls within us. We all experience emotional moments. So just like anywhere else, it's about feeling beauty and being immersed in it.
In The Sleeping Beauty, Tchaikovsky's music is far more than just background for the dancers. It forms the very foundation of the entire performance. The composer himself regarded this work as perfect, a grand symphony in ballet form. The music is structured with precise, almost mathematical rigor, yet it overflows with feelings, light, and poetry. Particularly striking are the moments where the music directly shapes the dancer's movements. The artists note that it's impossible to remain indifferent. The music leads and carries them forward. It creates an inner atmosphere, helping to reveal the character not just outwardly, but emotionally as well.
Каждая постановка это сложно.
Every production is challenging. It's hard to point to specific acts or moments that make it so. It's more about the overall demand. The harder you work and the higher the goals, the more difficult it gets. Finding dancers who fit each role, not just in appearance, but fully capturing the essence, that's always a challenge. So this is a usual kind of work for us, but one we strive to do exceptionally well.
Для нас работа, которую мы хотим сделать очень хорошо.
It's fascinating how Tchaikovsky's music provides not just emotion, but a structural backbone for the production. Many modern interpretations, including Astana Opera's version, carefully follow the composer's musical logic. Even when choreography, staging, or emphasis shifts, the music remains the core, the axis around which the entire ballet revolves. This is one of the few ballets where the score stands as a full symphonic work. Here the orchestra isn't just accompaniment, it's a co-author. Tchaikovsky's musical language in this ballet is marked by clarity. There is no excess, no theatrical overstatement. Everything is shaped by style, specifically the era of Louis XIV, French etiquette, and courtly ceremony. Even the villainous Caro-Boss doesn't sound menacing, but rather strict and inevitable, like fate itself. That's what makes this production more than a fairy tale. It's a philosophical reflection on time, love, and overcoming. In this production, Aurora's role is especially nuanced. She's not just an abstract sleeping princess, but a young woman with a clear inner world. Her gestures, expressions, and the tilt of her head speak as much as the pas de deux. And the artist performing Prince Desire isn't just a savior. He's a romantic figure with his own dramatic arc, with the right to doubt, to choose, to participate. Their duet is not only ballet perfection, it's the story of two distinct characters. The choreography is designed so that every role carries meaning. Even secondary characters become messengers of the story. There is no background crowd here. Everyone belongs to this enchanted world.
Я хочу сказать, что в эмоциональном, конечно, не так сложно, потому что здесь...
Emotionally, it's not too difficult. She's an open, joyful girl. She arrives at her birthday celebration and everything is festive. So emotionally, it's light, but physically, it's very demanding. From her very first entrance with 4 cavaliers, she barely leaves the stage. She's dancing almost non-stop.
Свой первый выход и 4 кавалера, и поэтому там дальше не выходя, то есть со сцены практически она танцует все время.
It's important to note, Sleeping Beauty at Astana Opera isn't a direct import. Kazakhstan's National Theatre interprets Western classics with care, creating a version that stands proudly on the world stage. Audiences don't just enjoy the aesthetics, they experience empathy. The magic born on stage isn't about special effects, it's about honesty and depth. As the artists say, we're all human, we all have beating hearts. And perhaps that's the best definition of art. Sleeping Beauty is a ballet about time and how it can be overcome, about love untouched by curses, about beauty that awakens, and at Astana Opera, this story truly comes alive.